For thousands of years, everyone believed that your cavities were caused by tooth worms. Don't believe me? I'm Dr. Bitnow. Welcome to the dental history that nobody taught you. This is a tooth, carved from ivory in 18th century France. When you open it, you find miniature skulls, hellfire, naked humans wielding clubs, and a grotesque worm at the center boring through the tooth. It's called the tooth worm as Hell's demon. It's not a joke. It's a completely sincere medical illustration from a time when every civilization on Earth arrived at the same conclusion. Cavities were caused by tiny invisible worms living inside your tooth, gnawing it from within. This belief lasted several thousands of years, and it's not entirely wrong. The earliest written reference is a Babylonian cuneiform tablet titled The Legend of the Worm, approximately 2000 BC. It's a poem, a creation myth explaining where the toothworm came from and what it wants. I'm not going to read it directly, but basically the worm goes weeping before the gods, demanding a place to live. God offers figs. The worm says figs are useless. It wants teeth. This wasn't entertainment, this was medicine. Babylonian physicians recited this poem while treating a toothache. It was a standard of care at the time. The most sophisticated civilization on Earth prayed to the sky gods and asked them to neutralize the worm. What makes the tooth worm remarkable is that every civilization reached this conclusion independently. Ancient China, ancient India, Egypt, Greece, Rome, medieval Europe, Japan, no communication between them, all the same answer. And here's the thing, it wasn't entirely irrational. When a tooth decays deeply and the pulp dies, the remaining tissue, when removed intact, can come out in a long, thin, worm-like strand. Necrotic pulp tissue looks and feels like a worm. I've taken out my fair share of these during my career as a general dentist. The tooth worm theory was the best available explanation for a real set of observations. Wrong, but not stupid. So how did they treat the tooth worms? The most popular treatment across multiple continents and centuries was fumigation with henbane seeds, a plant from the nightshade family. A 13th century Anglo-Saxon manuscript gives the full instructions. Henbane is toxic, the fumes genuinely reduced pain, and the worms on the black cloth, the heat forced the small cylindrical embryos out of the seeds. They looked exactly like tiny pale worms on a black background. The treatment worked, the worms appeared, the theory was confirmed. Nobody was lying. The cause and effect made perfect logical sense. The entire thing was a beautiful, self-reinforcing accident. By the 16th century, some people knew it was a scam and used it anyways. Traveling tooth pullers had built an entire business model around the worm. The English herbalist John Gerard documented their technique. Here's how the scam worked. A helper in the crowd slips strings into a basin of water that the patient holds under their mouth. The patient sees worm-like strings. The dentist shows them the worms they've expelled. The crowd confirms it. The patient pays. Organized dental fraud, with assistance and planted evidence, resting on a theory that had been globally endorsed for 4,000 years. The most extraordinary moment in the entire story involves Anton van Leeuwenhoek, the 17th century Dutchman who built the first microscope. The father of microbiology, the man who observed the first bacteria. He confirmed the existence of the tooth worm. A tooth extractor sent him a recently extracted tooth, along with 3 worms allegedly removed from the cavity, 2 dead, 1 alive. Leeuwenhoek compared them under his microscope to worms from nearby cheese shops. He could find, in his own words, not the least difference either in the head or the whole body. His conclusion? Cheese worms and tooth worms are the same species. He theorized that chewing infested cheese allowed worms to migrate into dental cavities. The father of microscopy, the man who discovered bacteria, scammed into confirming the tooth worm. What he actually received were cheese worms that a fraudulent tooth extractor had planted in the cavity. The same string in the water bucket trick, upgraded with real worms, scammed one of the greatest scientists of all time. A Frenchman named Pierre Fauchard ended it in 1728. He went looking for the worm in cavity after cavity, tooth after tooth. No worms, not one. He published his findings and moved on. The formal proof came in 1890 when Willoughby D. Miller published Microorganisms of the Human Mouth, the first scientific demonstration that oral bacteria produce acid, which dissolves enamel. Bacteria, sugar, acid, cavity. Thousands of years of worm mythology replaced by one American dentist in a Berlin laboratory. The worm believers weren't entirely wrong. They were observing something real, misinterpreting it completely, but observing something real. What is our equivalent of the tooth worm? What are we fumigating with henbane right now, confident in the theory, reinforced by self-correcting evidence, collecting payment for? We'd like to think that we discovered everything there is to know about dentistry, but science moves slowly. As Max Planck would say, science advances one funeral at a time. Small incremental steps at a time, but we really haven't progressed too far from tooth worms. I'd like to say that routine dental cleanings are the next common practice to be busted. It's true, check out my video. Thanks for watching. If you're interested in learning more, check out taprootdental.com. Like, subscribe, and drop a comment. Until next time, peace out.